Hola, I am Diana Mendoza, and I will talk about self-confidence and how to measure it using your five senses. I don't know about you, but for me, self-confidence has been extremely crucial in all aspects of my life. It has determined where do I work, how much money I make, the people I relate to, the guys I date, the guys I don't date. It has basically unfolded my life ahead of me. That's how important I think self-confidence is. And that's why I've been talking about it for a while. I even came up with a way to measure it because, like Brené Brown says, if you cannot measure it, it doesn't exist. So I want to know if I've improved and how much I've improved. But what is self confidence, anyways? Your definition of people, things, concepts, circumstances would only affect you and your world. But since this is my video, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my definition of self confidence. So for me, self-confidence is a perception. It's the perception that you have about yourself, about what you can do and what you cannot do, about how much you know and how much you don't know. So based on that, you will say yes or no to the opportunities that life will keep bringing your way. So I hope you see the value of constantly working on improving your self-confidence, because you can take advantage of all the opportunities that God or the universe will keep bringing into your wonderful life. Perception. I use the word perception to describe self-confidence, and I did it because perception, it's how we understand our world, and it happens through the information that is processed in our brain every millisecond of our entire lives. So this information is passed to our brain through our senses. And that's why I decided to focus on the senses to measure self-confidence. I hope that's clear. So let's start. Sight. Looking at a person's eyes can be intimidating. The eyes are so expressive. They tell stories. If you really listen, there's no words needed. So who and what takes your confidence away? Is it your boss? Is it attractive women? Attractive men? A member of your family? What about money, love, vulnerability? It is important that you know who and what takes your confidence away if you want to overcome it. You can start by looking at yourself in the mirror. Look for information. What do you see? What do your eyes say about you? And then you can bring that who or what into the picture. And then you can analyze within you, where is that fear coming from? And it's always fear, because fear is on the other side of self-confidence. So if you want to actually work on improving your self-confidence, it is important that you're able to look at anyone or anything directly in the eyes, but not furtively. Look steadily, intently. Look for feelings, for meaning, for behavior. Look for that answer that only the soul carries. Smell. I associated smell with breathing. This is something I learned this year in 2016. And when I say this, I mean the value of breathing. Breathing is the medicine of the emotions. It's very noticeable when we're experiencing emotions how our breathing patterns change. So for example, women, when we're stressed out or in shock, we stop breathing. And we all in general have this shallow breathing when we're fearful that can end up in a panic attack. So learn how to breathe. Just like pregnant women do before the big day, our big day happens every day of our lives. So since we already know how to breathe to survive, let's learn how to breathe to thrive. What would you have more of if you were more confident? Here. How sensitive are you when you're talking to people? And don't get me wrong, sensitivity is a great, wonderful skill to have. It helps you understand other people better. It helps you relate, bond, connect with them. But if you're constantly feeling hurt, unless you're dealing or hanging out with a lot of people that are judgmental, in that case, I'll suggest for you to change your circle of influence. But if you're consistently feeling hurt by people's opinions, comments, the way they look at you, their body language. This is a sign of a high level of insecurity. And this might be getting into your way of making stronger connections, into your way of achieving more in life in general. This can be affecting your peace of mind and well being as well. So, getting stronger is the best medicine for this fear of criticism, not caring about what people say or think, understanding that what they think is a reflection of their character, a reflection of who they are. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you care about people's opinions? And if you say 1, I don't care, then I'll challenge you to go deeper. Because maybe you're thinking about your neighbor, your coworker, or the random people that you just met. But I challenge you to think about people closer to you, like your dad, your son, your daughter, your wife. And I'm saying this because sometimes we cut our freedom because we're so afraid to say that thing or do that thing that you know what it is. Because we're afraid of what these close people might think or say about us. Touch. I related touch with body language. Our bodies are telling the world consistently how we feel. Just like the eyes, but because our bodies are bigger in size, they're easier to look at. There's so many TED Talks, books, and information out there where you can learn how to actually learn and master this language. And if you do, you will gain 2 skills in life. 1, the ability to empower yourself using your body to get the best out of situation, like job interviews, presentations, getting to know people. And the other skill is to understand and connect with other people better by being assertive in the way you read their body language. And the last one is taste, that I associated with the way you use your voice. And I don't only mean tone and volume, I mean the things that you say when you're speaking. So when I came to Canada almost 9 years ago, I could barely speak English. And I was so insecure and intimidated by it that I could barely speak. And when I did, my volume was so low that I had to repeat almost all the time what I was saying. People could not hear what I was saying. I couldn't hear what I was saying. Speak up. All this shit that you have inside, bring it out. Let it out. At the beginning, you might suck at delivering and being honest, but I'll promise you, with time, with practice, you're going to be able to be honest and speak with love at the same time. And this is it. This is how you use your 5 senses to measure self-confidence. Self-confidence is something which should never be proclaimed or announced. Self-confidence is the product of knowledge. Know yourself. Know how much you know and how much you don't know. And how are you going to use that thing that you know? I'm going to say bye now with my favorite poem. I repeat this poem every time I'm on the dark side, and it has helped me so much. I hope you like it. If you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it is almost certain you won't. If you think you will lose, you have lost. From out of this world we find, success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in this state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You have to think high to rise. You have to believe in yourself before you can ever win a prize. Life battles don't always go to the strongest or fastest man, but soon or late, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can.